Hello, friends! Welcome back to Fireside Pride 2024. We have another amazing run ready for you all. We have Seckswrecks, who is going to be bringing us Chicanery Beginner Edition. Rex, tell us a little bit about this game.
Yeah, so this is a ROM hack or a ROM game, a fan-made modification, if you will, of Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. It's a little indie thing. You're gonna have to look it up if you've never heard of it. But so Chicanery came out, made by Bufflin, and it was originally planned to be not so hard. But Chicanery it's pretty hard. So they dialed it back and made the beginner edition, which is good because I'm a beginner. And I like showing this game off because you too can play easy Kaizo hacks and learn how to make Martin move. So as you can see from file A, there are 23 exits in this hack. We are only going to be doing 16 of them, 17 if you count the credits, because bonus levels are hard, and I was scared of them when I submitted this. Anyway, that's about all I need to say for now. So I'm ready to get going. If chat's ready to get going, we can do that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So we don't have to find out that Bowser is at it again, and we can just go right into playing, which is nice. Can't tell you how many times I have been informed that it looks like Bowser is at it again.
I want to say, you have like about, 50-50 shot for Mario games that it's Bowser? Maybe more like 70-30, because there are some other villains out there.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite non-Bowser Mario villain?
That's tough. Geez, I can't even think of any names off the top of my head that are like main villains.
I mean, you
I
got
know
like
there's
Smithy.
Yeah, there's Smithy, there's Wart, there's what's the snake thing? The three-headed snake guy? That guy's
Oh,
cool. I hope we see him later.
let's see. If you start going into the Mario and Luigi series, and you have stuff like Cacaletta and Fawful.
Right, yeah.
Also, Chad is very helping us remind us that it's Triclyde who you're thinking
Oh,
of.
thank you, chat, for filling in for my forgetful head. If you all could also help fill in, because I don't remember any of the songs that are playing in any of these levels, because obviously this has a great selection across the wide breadth of video games that people have made available on Super Mario World Central. So just call it out in chat if you hear it, or even in a donation if you're feeling generous.
I always appreciate people to share their opinions via donation. So what got you into running Kaizo?
So years ago now, it's coming up on almost 5, like 4.5 or so. I just started watching a lot of Amethyst Rocks.
Who's
I don't really
fantastic.
is amazing streamer, person, Kaizo player, Kaizo commentator, standard hack moderator, covering up for how many times I'm failing the second half of this level. And yeah, for 3 years or whatever, I really just watched Kaizo stuff. And actually, at Summer Games Done Quick this year, when the Kaizo community took their group picture, which I was in for some reason, I joked that, but I don't even play Kaizo, and now I have made up for that, made up for sneaking into that picture by doing Kaizo speedruns by the end of the year.
Congratulations, you made it to that way. The picture is true. You fulfilled the prophecy.
I'm not in the Celeste picture, but I am in the Mario picture, which I think is really funny.
I'm
But yeah.
digging the tropical vibes of this one.
Oh yeah, I love the tropical vibes of this song. It's got to be like,
Cool spot?
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's Cool Spot.
I mean, Cool Spot has that whole beach level right at the beginning.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, chat, that was cool spot, right? Got a little overworld action. Any messages you'd like to share with the viewers while we move along here?
Just thank you very much. We just got in a $25 donation. Just says HWG.
Oh, thank you. For those not in the know, that is short for Here We Go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So thank you all so much. You all have been doing a wonderful job helping us raise money for Point of Pride, which is our charity of choice for Fireside Pride. You know, they are a trans-led 501c3 nonprofit organization, and they specialize in different forms of direct support to trans folks, like offering grants for gender-affirming surgery to folks who can't afford it. And we're really happy to be supporting them again this year.
So I know I
Trans-
just asked,
yes.
but really, if anyone in chat knows what song this is, I would actually like to know, because I don't. It's kind of jamming.
It do be groovin'. I'm trying to.
Like I feel like I can place it. Like I want to say I'm on an airship right now, but like it just doesn't.
It does feel the song does definitely has a lot of like aerodynamics to it for sure.
Oh yeah. Kind of a floaty vibe. Now that song I do know. That's the Super Mario World Everclear fanfare.
I mean, you'd know that if you had looked up like this very,
Mm-hmm.
in the know game. Okay, now this is totally Salsa de Amigo, right?
I thought this was Parappa the Rapper.
Oh, is it? Now, see, the thing is, like, sometimes I get confused between the Parappa songs and the Unjammer Lammy songs.
Oh, I think you're right.
Ooh, it could be. It could be. I really like the level design for this one.
Oh yeah, it's really fun. I like the way that at the halfway point you switch from regular jumping to spin jumping, or spunping for short. Don't call it that. No one calls it that.
Now, I was about to say, I know that there's a Yump, but I think Yump is in Zelda?
No, Yump is a Mario thing. It's when you jump off
Okay.
of a P-switch.
Okay.
Why did I spin jump there? I'm gonna have to ask Mr. Owl later. So the Mario heads might notice that I'm moving really fast and hitting P switches. That text box at the start of this level or this section informs me that you won't pick up P switches by holding down run. Just in case you were watching this going, hey, what's going on here? That's what's going on here. There's special P switches.
Just to make sure everyone knows, what kind of playing field we're on.
Exactly. I don't want any serious Super Mario World heads to be confused.
You don't want any actual chicanery.
Exactly. Wow. Speaking of chicanery, I am pressing left on the D-pad before jumping and losing my P-speed, which is what's causing that problem there. Wow, it was really close. Whew.
Poor Yoshi. Only exists to be sacrificed.
I didn't even know there was a Mischief Makers too.
That's the one that has all like the giant robots.
Yeah, it's like a treasure game and the Shake Shake. That's all I really remember about it is that the enemies are made of balls and the lady says Shake Shake. And it's an N64 game where you use the D-pad, so it's like super unique.
Now, are we talking about like enemies that are designed like the fighting game balls, or slightly different than that?
They're like enemies that are made up of spheres. Like I don't know how to describe it. There's like it was like a whole like this company made bosses that all looked like that for like
Okay.
multiple games in a row.
This track though, very very dramatic.
Oh yeah. I
Is
think it's
this
from
like
Hollow Knight.
I don't know. It feels very more retro. I was thinking like early Metal Gear.
Oh, I think yeah. Someone's about to go
Also,
on a 45-minute rant about the Lale Lule Low, and then call me 5 minutes later and summarize it in another 10-minute rant.
I was about to say I like all the little poison mushrooms. My partner thinks that poison mushrooms are cute.
Yeah, I like the color palette on the poison mushroom.
They did a good job. There's not enough purple in retro gaming. I would like more purple.
It does have a bit of a Metroid vibe to it, but you know, when they were making that old Metal Gear Solid game, that's I guess what they had in mind.
Yeah.
So for the Kaizo uninitiated, when you see a blue coin like that, that's indicating that I need to do a spin jump. So those are spin jump indicators or spumpdicators. Oh, green beans. My nemesis. Wow, my neighbor's dog is also not happy about green beans.
Oh my god, Ghost Yoshi. Would that be probably referred to as like Goshi?
Yeah, probably. Is that like I don't know because usually Yoshi doesn't go into ghost houses, so that's probably like a palette thing.
I actually am wondering why Yoshi is currently a ghost. I mean, I just think it's cool. I'm just here
Yeah.
for like Ghost Yoshi as an aesthetic.
Yeah, I know Yoshi's sprite gets messed up if you like bring a Yoshi into a castle palette level. So I assume it's similar with ghost houses because that's also one of those instances where Yoshi is not allowed in the level. So they were like, well, it doesn't matter that Yoshi looks messed up because he won't ever be there.
No Yoshi's allowed.
Thankfully, this hack ended that kind of segregation.
I'm just jamming at this point.
Oh yeah, that's basically what I do for the majority of my runs. You know, I've played this so many times that like my hands are just kind of doing it on their own. I'm just nodding along, enjoying the music, thinking about those Super Metroid speedruns I did earlier this year.
I basically tell people that if you're going to get into speedrunning, you need to get into. You should only play games that have good music. That's like rule number one.
Or they need to be able to like change the levels of music and sound effects independently so that you can mute the music but still hear audio cues.
Exactly.
You need good music. Oh, we got some Mario scientists in the chat. Yeah, that song was familiar, but I couldn't place it.
I mean, Jam was thinking it might be Chrono Trigger. I mean, if it is, I think it's like one of those like unreleased tracks, like the Singing Mountain. I mean, given my name, I'm kind of expected to at least know like something about Chrono Trigger. I feel.
I would hope so.
I would hope so. I would hope I at least know something about Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, so this one, this level has some cool stuff going on. When you toggle the on-off switches, it disables and enables water.
I actually love that. That's super cool. See, I really, while I personally cannot, I don't quite have the gameplay acumen for Kaizo. I legitimately appreciate all the creative things Kaizo does.
Oh yeah, like as far as like what creativity comes up when Kaizo and like new mechanics or interesting ways to reuse existing mechanics, it is so inspiring and just always constantly impressed by the stuff I see. Like I watch a lot of Shovda, who moderates Kaizo hacks for SMW Central, so I see, not all of them that come through, but a good deal of the stuff that comes through, and it's just always there's always something that's making, wow, that's really cool. Like I don't think there's been a hack I've seen yet that didn't have at least one thing that made me go, wow, that's really cool.
I mean, I'm just I'm just a big fan of like, creativity like in general. I mean, I'm someone who, has done tons of, fan art. I enjoy fanfics. I just love the interactions between fans and the medium. I always think that it's just really, really cool to see how people enjoy changing up and remixing the games that they love.
Oh yeah. So this level, as you can see, all of my platform is toggle blocks. So if I let anything touch those switches, it's game over. Also, if I forget to spin jump, it's game over. Wow, that dog is still upset about green beans. Look, I know the green beans are janky, dog, but like you gotta live with it.
Luckily, my neighbor's dog is being fairly well behaved this evening.
Yeah, I don't think it's getting picked up on the mic at all, but it's just like
No, it's not.
that dog is usually really well behaved. So it's very strange that like right now is when it's deciding to go nuts. Better than my last marathon run, where it was too hot to have my windows closed and they were jackhammering concrete across the street.
No. Oh no. One of my neighbors has been working on their deck recently, and it I can't I hate the sound of construction. Oh, this level would just mess with my brain.
Oh yeah, the rapping is it still messes with my brain a little bit. There's a section at the end of there's a setup, as they call it in Kaizo, at the end of section 1 before the checkpoint that I always forget to do the loop.
Well, it's the fact that it's both the skulls and Mario that are looping.
Oh right, yeah. And it gets really tricky at the end here. So yeah, there's Kaizo blocks that stop you from just jumping up there, and like I'll always just jump and hit the Kaizo blocks and waste that like second and a half or whatever it is.
Yeah, and there's some blocks that the skulls like won't fall through that you will. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. This is fascinating, but also my brain.
Now, this is probably one of my favorite songs, and I really, really am sad that it changes the song for the level at the checkpoint. So like you only hear this for like 20 seconds.
There's sometimes when like games do that I get like legitimately annoyed. The only game where I got like legit annoyed that they changed like the music halfway through, for something recent, was for Final Fantasy VII Remake, where you're going through the back highway in Sector 5, and I love like the really like lo-fi chill music you have at the beginning, and then like they halfway through it changes to like a more like amped up version. I'm like, no, I wanted my chill music. I want my chill highway music.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy VII music's really good. I hope like I get to hear some soon.
Okay, but this kind of is a bop though.
Oh yeah. And I was definitely just throwing to listen to that song for the first half more often and not like dying.
Exactly. Just giving folks like more music.
Yeah. It's the same reason I didn't like practice as much as I really should have for this. It's just an excuse to listen to the music more. My estimate's safe enough.
Exactly. I mean, I'm running Loom tomorrow, but sadly, in that game, because we skip all the cutscenes, we also skip like almost all the music.
Oh, that's tragic.
I mean,
Loom is great.
Loom is great. There are so many games in this marathon though that are great. I'm glad that my silly little point-and-click adventure is considered to be one. But right now, we're just enjoying all of this fun. Insulted. Looking so insulted as it falls into the lava, like, don't like it. Don't like it. Also, as we're moving on to the next level, Mina has started a $5 Yoshi coin train to encourage me to play a Baby Kaizo world on stream. Yeah, I guess if you all want to, you know, make me have to submit to peer pressure, I don't know, feel free to toss in more $5. I mean, if you a wonderful place to put that is to that Turok 3 cutscene percent incentive. As I was saying earlier, I really enjoy cutscene percent. I think it's a really fun whenever we have the chance to showcase that. So yeah, if you want to, if chat wants to start throwing in, you know, a little $5 train, I would absolutely encourage that.
Yeah, that sounds great. I would also like to see cutscene percent in Turok.
I just need to feel real emotional about dinosaurs. I'm assuming that's what it is. I'm not on GamesCube.
Yeah, I think there's something to do with
confirm.
dinosaurs in Turok.
That
it's not a crisis, though.
Okay.
Or Dino Wars. That no one should play that video game. When you beat Dino Wars, it says, "Thank you for beating another great game by Konami. I've never seen such a bold-faced lie in my life."
See, now I'm trying to think, like, what would be, like, my favorite dinosaur video game? I think Primal Fear?
Ooh,
that's the dinosaur fighting game, right?
Yeah, I think that sounds right. I think there's like not dinosaurs too, but there's dinosaurs. Then there's you familiar with the movie We're Back, a dinosaur story?
Yes, actually.
you know there's tie-in games.
Are they good?
Yeah, define good. I think it's like SNES and Game Boy and maybe Genesis. I've only played the SNES one.
Okay. I don't know how good are the graphics?
they're dinosaur sprites on the SNES. They kind of look like the characters from the movie. The like the cities and stuff, but ugly. But um,
Okay.
the mechanics super confusing. I'm sure like if you had the manual to read, they probably explain everything, and it's like 40 pages long. But
Now, as someone who was like, really into video game manuals as a kid, like I don't think a lot of them like quite clocked in at 40 pages. I feel like
no, that would be
you got like 20 pages if you were lucky.
yeah. I think like the only one I have that's close to 40 is the original StarCraft manual, and that one is basically like a short story, so it barely counts.
I mean, I'll stop talking about my game in a second, but the manual you got with Loom was actually really nice. If you're someone who was cool enough to actually get like the original release that had all the feelies. I'm glad that feelies are slowly making a comeback. I just wish they weren't so expensive.
Yeah, it's kind of turned into like, oh yeah, these things come with games to like yeah, here's like an $80 plushie and a copy of a game.
Look, I have like no defense in this argument as someone who owns the special edition of Kingdom Hearts 3 because that was the one that came with the Toy Story action figures.
Right. I definitely don't have two separate special editions of Celeste or anything.
No, of course not. By the way, Chad has continuing to peer pressure me to learn Kaizo. Because we got $10 from Super Blood Wolf Moon and another $10 from from Lilac Lagoki. So thank you both, I guess.
Yeah, where the topic of long manuals was brought up, and I see one was mentioned. Another one I know that's very long, but I've never actually seen in person. I do have the game on Genesis though, because I was at a GameStop in like the early 2000s when you could get a Genesis game for like 49 cents. And it's a game called 688 Attack Sub, and I'm like, it's an attack submarine. It's got to be at least a little okay. It's a pretty full-fledged submarine simulator. So the manual is like a manual for how to operate a submarine.
Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Is it anything like Steel Battalion? I actually had a friend who owned Steel Battalion, so I had played.
Not experienced Steel Battalion, but
I have experienced Steel Battalion. It was very overwhelming.
my favorite thing about 688 Attack Sub is that it's like Cold War era, and there are Russian missions where you're piloting a Russian submarine, and all the on-screen controls, like the control panels, are all in Russian.
I mean, I appreciate the commitment, I have to say.
Not exactly what I was looking for as a 12-year-old, but
But that's fine. You expanded your horizontals and all that.
Yeah, I think I learned that it was mostly like a DOS game is the one that like was actually good, which makes sense because you have a lot more controls to operate a submarine with a computer keyboard than you do with a Genesis controller.
Yeah, you are kind of now. Genesis did have those 6-button controllers that came out later, or is that only Saturn?
Genesis does have 6-button controllers. I
thought
don't remember if they were later or they just were like optional. I was always a Nintendo-year-old, so I don't have my Sega knowledge all filed away.
I was lucky enough that I had both growing up.
Yeah, I had a Genesis. I got it at like a garage sale around that same time. That's why I was going to GameStop looking for 50-cent games. It was amazing. I got it for like $2, and it came with like 3 controllers and a bunch of games. And it's just like, wow, that's ridiculous. That was $2.
I mean, the best story I have like about that is one of the games that I learned to speedrun, Vanguard Bandits, which I picked up at a GameStop, I think for like $20 or something. It's now like really expensive. because it's never been reprinted. I don't think it's on any like of those storefronts or anything. By the way, Chad is continuing to pressure me into learning Kaizo because we have another $10 from Garby.
Oh wow, I think at this point you're basically required to play AB
Okay.
Kaizo or Kaizo Kindergarten, or I don't remember all
Okay.
of the. There's like a
I
list of hacks that you're supposed to start playing Kaizo with, and I said no. This actually isn't the first Kaizo hack I played. The first one I played was Sure Shot, which was made by Maddie Thorson, allegedly. Actually, I think that one was never alleged, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Which is really actually no wait. The first one I played was Celeste.smc, which is a Kaizo intermediate hack that people told me was a very bad idea to start playing Kaizo with. And that was fun. And it was fun enough that a year later I played Sure Shot, and I finally broke the trend of Celeste-related Kaizo hacks with this one, and played my third one.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is I need to know like what is like the babyest of hacks.
Yeah, I think they were actually name dropping Baby Kaizo World. I think is a real thing, and then it's like Learn to Kaizo is another one that's like it's sort of like a gym that teaches you all the different like setups that are common in Kaizo hacks. And then there's Kaizo Kindergarten, I think it's called.
I have heard of Kaizo Kindergarten. Also, yay, we did get Final Fantasy VII music.
Oh, so that's what this is.
I'm legally required to be able to recognize Final Fantasy VII music and other such references. Okay.
Oh yeah, the Quickie World ones. I haven't actually played them, but I've seen them played, and they both look really good and like fun level design that's not too challenging.
All right. Duly noted.
All right, so we've said the wrong song enough times to have finally made it to the last level. And
Congratulations!
hey look, Triclide's here. Who would have guessed?
Yay! The absolute lack of music here, though, is.
Oh yeah, it's
There it is.
eventually, yeah, it's very ambient notes. If you like don't die, you really don't hear it at all. The noise channel going really hard on that wind. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard it play this long. I suppose it's probably sampled and not the noise channel on the chip.
I mean, it makes me think of when they do the wind effect in Chrono Trigger.
It does. P112, yeah, I can see it. 4 minutes and 33 seconds ported to. Has anyone? I'm gonna have to look on Super Mario World Central after this. If anyone's made a gag port of 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
That would actually be pretty funny.
It's an empty music file.
Exactly.
Wow. Why am I just really struggling?
You can do it.
I just want to extend my time on the marathon and give people more chances to donate.
Yeah. I mean, we're here for such a great cause. Of course, people want to donate. I mean, they also apparently want to donate to make me have to learn Kaizo, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, that's also a great cause, but a different kind of great cause. Now this has some boss music vibes.
Okay, I'm trying to actually like legitimately place this.
Actually, you know what? I think this is an item shop.
No, I mean this seriously. I'm not just doing the bit. I think this is Is this Lufia music?
This is one of the ones that like led to the bit. I actually legitimately don't know.
Oh,
I mean, there were a few
I
other
know.
ones that like
I'm
legit led
sorry.
to it.
I'm sorry that we broke kayfabe, everybody.
It's fine. It's fine. We made it to the end. Everyone realizes that they were being played for fools, and we knew what the songs were, as if like saying all of those other songs when it was Gerudo Valley playing wasn't the giveaway. Calling it Mischief Makers instead of Mega Man, like God.
I mean, there's a couple of like SNES games that I feel don't get like the amount of love they should for their OSTs. I mean, I'm glad that people now with the Switch release are finally recognizing how good Live Alive is. So that's
Yeah,
been
that's
fantastic.
one that I like throughout. Even before, obviously, I think people like us are kind of in a deeper inner ring of gamers online. But that's a game that I've always heard as like, when people post like video game music lists, that one comes up pretty frequently.
Oh, I mean, Megalomania is absolutely one of the best boss themes on the SNES. Absolutely. Also, thank you to everyone rating in. Welcome to Fireside Pride 2024. We're currently fighting Triclyde.
Yeah, so Triclyde fights an auto scroller for the first part of it. Just gotta spin jump or spump, as we pointed out earlier, off of these fireballs until I get here and throw some blocks. It won't quite be time. That's going to be when I select the credits level after this and Mario's hand goes in the air. But we are getting there. So if our fantastic restreamer is ready, I just need to save because Mario does that when you go back to the overworld and move. And time.
GG!
Yeah, so once again, this was Chicanery Beginner Edition by Bufflin. I mentioned it a few times, Super Mario World Central. If you're interested in Mario ROM hacks at all, that's the site to go to. It has everything, all the resources to get started. You can all the different kinds of hacks, all the different stuff. You can go there and like just browse the music that people have ported to Super Mario World, and like they have a player in the browser. So you can just listen to the songs. And I noticed it'll even play in the background on my phone. So like if I load it up on my phone browser and then like close the browser and do other stuff, it keeps playing. You can
Nice.
listen to Super Mario World ports of your favorite video game music while you do other stuff on your phone, thanks to Super Mario World Central. So yeah, I'm Seckswrecks. Power Up with Pride is one of my favorite events of the year. Don't tell the people in the event that I run, Midwest Speedfest, that it's not that one. But it's always such a great pleasure to be included in the lineup and be a part of this great event that has raised so much money for so many great causes over all these years and provided a very important space in the speedrunning community. Thank you, Shala Kitty, for joining me on the half couch, half donation reading duties.
Yeah, it was fun. And I
Thank
guess
you.
I have to learn Kaizo.
Yeah, it's everyone can learn Kaizo. And thank you, chat, for playing along with Guess That Video Game Music. Anyway, I think I fumbled around and died a lot, enough to stop stalling the event for much longer here. Not that there's too much more credits. And so yeah, thank you everyone once more at Pup, however you want to pronounce PUWP, for having me on, and thank you all for watching. And oh wow, one last raid during my run.
Well, thank you all so much.
Raiders, enjoy the setup as we get ready for Princess Peach Showtime. So what's up next? I believe it is.
That is indeed. We're continuing with more Mario games. Up next with Princess Peach Showtime, which is going to be really fantastic because y'all have unlocked some really wonderful extras. So stick around, stay tuned for that, and we'll be back real soon with more Fireside Pride 2024. All right, chat. My time on the mic for today is over with. Thank you all for being an absolutely amazing audience, as you always are. And thank you, everyone who is pressuring me to play Kaizo. We did get one last donation from BD, who simply says, Kaizo is fun. Kaizo is for everyone. So thank you all so much. I am going to be turning it over to the Valiant Sun, and they will be your hosts for the next couple of runs. And I'll see you all bright and early tomorrow morning with more Fireside Pride 2024.